got the door, it's a little dusty in here. So, but one down here, came inside, been thinking a lot about what has happened, what's been going on with over in Ukraine, and how a whole generation of Ukrainians were unalived. Oh, yeah. I want to come inside. I can't sit out. I want to get stiff. But just doesn't make any sense how this continues to go on, and nobody's talking about it. It's like not going to happen in this country. And I'm afraid we're already past that point. We'll do this a little. Go walk back to the back. So, I don't think people think it can happen here in this country, but it's already been legislated, and now it's already happened in 2 years in Ukraine. A whole generation of Ukrainian women, no, you guys stay, were unalived, you know, and I don't think people think that can happen in this country. You guys stay. I don't want you running up. You guys stay. I gotta go back to the back again. So, I don't know if anybody's talking about this. This is something that's already happened. And I came on, I talked about this the first time they had legislated. Pants, stop barking. Dog's getting excited. So would you send your daughter off to war to fight some banksters' war? Would you send your son off to war? Yoder, stop. All done. All done. So it's just, some of these things are weighing heavy on my mind. I'm having a hard time getting work done because I'm just getting a little overwhelmed with everything that's going on. All these people in America here without any aid. The government has pretty much stood down at this point. Well, I'm asking you, American women, it's been brought up before. I've put that video out. I believe it was back on TikTok when they first announced, and I don't know if I put it on YouTube. I may have put it on YouTube as well, that they would draft American women, and they just unalived a whole generation of Ukrainian women. Yoder, stop. Go lay down. Go lay down. You guys got to stay up front. Do your job. So it just weighs heavy on my heart, you know. They just don't, I'm showing they don't really care about the U.S. citizen anymore, or anybody who takes part into this. You gotta stop. Oh, that dog's hard. Just stubborn little guy. So I'm just wondering, would you send your daughter off to war to find some war in some other country for America? Because going outside your borders is that's against this testament. The bride Israel, not that place over there defending itself on 7 fronts. That don't make any sense. I heard the apostate fake Jew Israel nation Netanyahu calling for peace and safety. Brothers, sisters, I warn you what the scripture says about those who call out for peace and safety. Nothing's going to be peaceful. Nothing's going to get great again. We're not going back to 2019. We're already in the new age. We're already in the age of Revelation. We're already in the age of the last book of the Testament, the New Testament, not the old, but the new. So you might want to get with the times here. Stop going after this lunar orgy calendar where they perverted it. It's perverted orgy calendar where they've added all these extra days to a perfect circle is 360 degrees. If I'm not mistaken, in the calendar, there's 12 o'clock. It's right at the 360 top of the, right around like a circle, cylindrical, if you will, correct? So I'm wondering what's your thoughts? You want to send your women off to war? They don't care about anybody in America right now. I don't think it's a matter it's women or children. We see, why would you wait for somebody to come save you? Why would you wait to do anything? Now, I know people are forced to, but why would you listen to these people when they tell you to shelter in place? What kind of sense does that make? Shelter in place, and then they're not going to come help you, right? Why are you at, why? That's the problem with this country. Everybody waits for people to come help them. If you see when devastation, destruction, weather comes in other countries, they all just get right in there and get their hands dirty, start umpiling rocks, debris, whatever it takes. People shelter in place. That's what they tell the American GQ public, general, we'll call it, if you will, public. And then they're supposed to shelter in place until somebody comes to save them. You know, people have said out there and on the East Coast that this management, the Federal Emergency Management Agency, you know which one I'm talking about? They come by and ask, well, what do you need? And then they never seen again. So bring all your supplies to this federal agency and they'll redistribute these supplies. This is proof that this government and everything I've been telling you is rogue, and they are the ones that our founding father warned us about. It doesn't matter if Thump gets in, it's going to be the same nonsense. Nothing will stop, you know. Yeah, so I rebuke all these the swine of this earth is people, veterans like myself, veterans like your grandfather who served during World War II, who served this beast system. This covenant was made over 2,600 years ago that said, let vengeance be mine, saith the Lord. So don't know of another teacher that's teaching this. Couldn't teach it to the chaplains. That wouldn't work for the beast, the war machine, you know. The American military industrial complex with its NATO nations and United Nations, all the blue that I've been telling you that'll be knocking at your door here pretty soon. Hope you're ready to give up that Second Amendment. Yeah. Somebody told you before it happened, didn't he? Mr. Agent Orange, Secret Agent Orange, with his red Second Amendment pew pew laws, where he believes in taking them first and prosecuting you later. All part of that. He loves law enforcement. He loves the military industrial complex. He loves death is what he does, but whatever. Well, we all know who. Well, nobody knows. What do we got here? Hold on. Huh. Hold on one second. We're going to take a pause for the cause here. Got to do what I got to do here. Just give me 1 second. Huh. But back to the lesson. Don't go outside your borders. Would you give your children, your daughters up for war for these banksters for their wars in Ukraine? Would you send your daughter to Ukraine? Would you send your daughter to Iran? Would you send your daughter to Taiwan? The dragon. You think the dragon's about ready to take over an island? Something about islands, huh? Mr. Dragon. I love islands. He's an island boy, don't you know? Mr. 3 steel buildings with 2 airplanes. Got you on that Common Core. Dropping 3 buildings with 2 airplanes. How does that make any sense? So, anyways, just having this conversation with you, wondering what's this, war. How many war fronts is the United, divided, undivided states of everything is awesome when you party America? All this nonsense. All these. We met with the Israeli commander and planned all that. So we're at war. No more saying if we're at war. We're at war right now. And then all this calling out for peace. It's idiocracy. Those who say peace and safety, brothers and sisters, it says sudden destruction will come upon those who call out for that peace and safety. So I warn you about thinking that there's some kind of peaceful MAGA, make America great again, high priest, high Satanist, the high priest to the Satanist church is do as thou will. Do you whatever your own shem. Give your own sword. Yes, do not think that I came to bring peace on this earth. I came to bring a sword of a division. Yeah. Sew your cloak and buy a sword, brothers, sisters. Sew your cloak and buy a sword. Read the backbone of the ministry here, Matthew 10:34-39. Maybe you understand what's really going on here. Are you taking up your cross? Man. 19 days, guys. We're in the teens here. Holy smokes. This celestial alignment, you're sleeping on it. You're sleeping on it. You're in the age of deception. Are you Pisces? Are you smelling fishy here? Pisces, Vesical Pisces. What's going on? What are you getting ready for? Are you getting ready for your inheritance? This is about inheritance, about a king, about one who comes with a key to release the Antichrist, lift the restrainer, that great and dreadful day, Orligas. Remember, very few brothers, sisters, are willing to narrow these traditions of men, the women of men. Women, the time of the women, brothers, sisters, it is here, it's upon us. I already sent out the warning, it's in Scripture. I'm not some kind of prophet, it's in Scripture. I send the warning because it's in Scripture. He tells me what's in Scripture, puts it on my heart, and I scream it as loud as I can. Now I scream it worldwide. Thank you, Father, for this blessing of this ministry, and thank you for those that you gave a hearing ear, and those that see what I'm saying, that have an eye to see, that you remove the scales from their eyes. Oligas, find that straight gate. Oligas can see what's really going on here. What's really going on. Come on, guys. This is an important time. They wrote about this time right now, thousands of years ago. And here we are living in these exact days. Who do you love? Who do you love? Pretty important. That's the word agape. 2 John and 6. To walk and follow in the commandments of the Father. Honor thy father and thy mother. That's not your mom and dad. You better wake up. Your orgy calendar worship of your lunacy. A bunch of lunar. I live in a world full of lunacy. I can't wait till the Father comes out and unforwards this perversion of this Agape. These are their own agape. At the end of days, their agape will be pornea. Here we are. That great falling away. Hallelujah. Thank you, Father, for the blessing of the word. The word, this is all spoken into existence, just so you know. Right brain, left brain. You better start thinking about that. Using it. Wow. What an amazing time. Wars and rumors of wars. This is not the end. I don't think you got away that easy. Ain't happening like that. There's going to be waves, brothers, sisters. Waves, 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 waves. Why does he keep talking about the same things? I don't know. You look around. Does that sound like what's really going on? So, I hear my kitten boy. He'll come hang out with the dad. What are you doing, kitten boy? Hi, kid. Go hang out with the dad? I love that boy. You're my best kitten, Russian kitten ever I did have. Mr. Panner boy. He's so silly. Yeah, sure. You are such a good boy. You like hanging out with the dad? You come following the dad? That's such a good boy. He loves his dad. And he's happy cat being with the dad. Are you with the dad? Yeah, with the dad. Oh, the Father makes such beautiful creations. Kitties are definitely one of them. I'm like Bubbles. I love kitties. Aw, Dad loves the kitties. He's my oldest kitten boy. He's the biggest kitten boy I ever did have. Yes, he is. I love him. You're just a talking boy, aren't you? Yeah, he is. Yeah, Mr. Bubbles and yep, and the shed's terrible, sick. Oh, I mean, he's such a good boy. I just love that kitten. How could you not love him? What a good kid. Just hanging out with the dad. I love him. You're a good boy. Where's the other kittens at? You don't know? You're a good boy. You gonna chillax? All right, clean your paw a little bit. You're a good boy. You wanna say hi, Yasher boy? Yes, I love this boy. He doesn't really like to be touched. He is a good boy. He'll pick him up and he's fine, but he just doesn't, he's not an affectionate cat. He'll let you pick him up. Oh. I love him. He's my guy. He's really not much of an affectionate cat, though. I mean, he's kind of independent out here. I just love him. He's such a beautiful guy. I know Dad won't hold you too long. You're not much into the lovin's too much. But he will. He'll let you pick him up. But he's just not a super affectionate cat. He does the job. Dad loves him. He's my oldest kitten boy I ever had. He's my guy. I love him. You having a good time out here? Enjoying the weather? It's nice out here today, huh? Oh, my big guy. Oh, I love my animals. They're good kids. I love you, kitten boy. I love you, boy. Okay, you're a good guy. You're the best, biggest kitten boy, gray kitten, biggest Russian kitten boy I ever had. Oh, yeah. We we take better care of our animals than we do. Yeah, all my animals are pretty talkative, if you notice. I talk to them all the time. Nobody else to talk to, so they're gonna talk back. Why wouldn't they? So, blessings. Thank you, Father, for these wonderful, animals here. So, huh? Well, I think I sold that tractor today. I didn't want to sell the tractor, but I did, and I need it, but I don't. I mean, you want to go back up front, bud? You want to go back up front with the dad? You want to come back up front? Come on, let's go walk up back up front. They follow me like he's a puppy. You walk like a dog, huh? Let's walk like a dog next to the dad. I'm next to the dad, like the boys, like the kitten boy. Man, those freaking animals are so good. Yeah, so good, boy. Yeah, he is. Him staying with the dad. Oh. Yeah, no, the weather. He's underneath my feet. It's really nice. I want to work, but I had to get that tractor. I sold the tractor today. I didn't want to sell it, but like I said, I need to get this pickup truck and everything. Like I said, give me the ability to get on the road. And so I've been working on, I had somebody come over and work on the Toyota, and he didn't end up getting the work done. And it kind of had all day, but didn't. But he did get the line off on this truck. So I think I'm going to go ahead and put the line back on it, and have somebody come over and help me bleed the brakes. I've got somebody who, you're still, absolutely. So what are you doing there, kitten? Or one of my biggest guy that I love. What are you doing, big guy? I love him. Yes, you're my guy. You're okay too. All right. So, anyways, I'm gonna throw this. Everything on this truck. I drove this truck to where it was at. I just stop. Okay, I'm having a live stream, buddy. Thank you. Shh, I'm having a live stream. But it's too nice to tear apart. I could have already told it apart for the rear end of this truck. This is a true 1-ton dually rear end. It's a kind of a rare model. It does have the generator in here. But it's a Granville model. So it's super nice inside. Yeah, there we go. And I don't have it. Thank you, freaking cast iron. Somebody's got it. But look at this thing, man. It's eat out of. I've been offered $700 for just the dash. Look at this. Look at the miles on this motor. Look at the miles on a 22R. This is a 1,000,000-mile motor. It's a 1,000,000-mile motor. 096. 096. 0. Doesn't even have 100,000 miles on this motor. So the backflow. Everybody, does it leak? Well, I'm freaking selling it for the motor. It's got an AC pump on it. The AC pump's worth $700. These fenders can be sold separately. No, it's all there. It just needs to be put back together. All the appliances are still in it and everything. Just the one seam on that other end came apart, but it's not that bad a shape. But I didn't buy it for the box. I bought it for the motor and the rear end, because the motor's a 1-ton. People buy just the AC and the motor. I bought it for that, and I've listed it for like it's up for like $15.99, and somebody's neighbor came and they haven't grabbed. So I pulled it off. I've been getting hits, and somebody just wants to come look at it locally here, but I don't know. Maybe it's meant for me to hold on to the thing, because this rear end is hard to get a hold of. This 1-ton, true 1-ton. It's not that floating rear end revised or whatever. It's but the inside of it too. Again, I had somebody offer me $300 just for the badge and the door, because they don't have that door. The Toyota market is over the top right now, because people are wanting to get back into the older things. These seats will probably go for $300-400, $500-600 for the pair. Door cards go for $100-200 a door card. Look at those door cards. I mean, it's like new inside of this inner cab, but the back of it needs all the appliances. It just needs redone. I just don't have the time. I'm too busy. I'm building cabins and you know what I'm building at the back. So, but anyways, I pulled it offline because I probably need to sell it, but whatever. It seems like there's some shaking and moving in the market here. So I've got people wanting to come look at this motorhome that I've had. This is the only diesel Brougham. You can look this up on like the Wayback Machine and look. That's the only diesel Vandura 3-piece gel motorhome that's been listed on the internet in 5 years. I know because I'm the only one who's had listed one, and I've pulled back because I want to do some more work on it. Right now I'm having an issue with it's got an external overdrive on it, and I want to make it run like a top. I don't like selling anything unless it's right. Always disclose if something's not right, and I've half my price on it. I've half my price on everything out here. Jimmy Crack corn, and I don't care. Saying about that, it's about getting the truck and getting mobility and getting away from people when people want to fight with each other and kill each other. And I don't want to kill anybody. I don't want to fight with anybody. I don't want to do none of that nonsense. Why? When you could, hey, calm down, turbos. So, anyways, that's what this whole mobility thing is for me. And if you don't have that and you don't think that's important, that's okay. But this is the tractor that I sold today. I really didn't want to sell it because I worked on it for years to get it in the condition that it is, and basically rebuilt this whole tractor. Didn't look anything like this when I bought it, but this is what it looks like now, and the guy's happy, and he'll use it because he's got property out here. So he's gonna come back and hopefully take care of the payment Monday. You got to see it. I drove it all over the place. You see the tractor and drove it all over and scraped it and gave him I got nice how big this bucket is. And I've never even got to use it. I rebuilt it. Look at how wide that path is in that bucket. That's a wide bucket for a. So, but anyways, it's not about that. Like I said, it's about having mobility. So you guys are talking. Hold on. I lost my chat. Why did I lose my chat there? Okay, hold on. Let me see. Third foot, yeah. Yeah, see that you guys got it. You understand. David knows. But the Granville model was like the Cadillac of the models. So hold on, don't give it away. You're ready. I know that's what. Thank you, Cast Iron. I have it. I pulled it. Thank you for coming in third. Well, the truck only ran for 3 years. The shortest run on Toyota trucks. Okay, David. See, I wanted somebody to come get it that knows what it is. Like freaking David. That's why. Thank you. Thank you for making me feel that like it's the best thing is not to do is to tear that truck apart. You know what I'm saying? Somebody who wants that model is going to come back and go, okay, well, hey, Pats. Come over here. Stop it. So, anyways, thanks for saying that. Now I feel, hey, stop it. You guys are freaking, these freaking boys are excited. Look at them. They're excited. What are you so excited for? All done. Calm down, Turbo. Look at them. Go. You're crazy dog, Pants. What's wrong with you, crazy boy? Is the sun driving you crazy? Me too, I know. It's driving Pants crazy. The sun's been driving him nuts, guys. I'm not the only one. He's a little loopy like myself here. He's all right, though. We'll be okay, huh, Mr. Pants? It's just the sun. All right, anyway, so thanks for understanding that. This model here, too, is a very rare, pretty hard model to find because this is an 860, and I didn't want to sell this model because this has the 20 extra horsepower, and it truly has a factory. I mean, look at this factory built add-on that they've added to the 860. Oh yeah, I know. That's why I don't want to get rid of that motor. I mean, if I did part it, I'm keeping the freaking the prizes. So this one here is the extra 20 horsepower and has a PTO on the back, and it's an actual, factory model. So I sold it today, and I didn't want to. I dropped the price in half, and boom, somebody is like, "Oh yeah, I can't pass it up for that." So whatever. It is what it is. That always happen, But I like to buy things and fix them. People ask what I do for a living. This is what I do. I fix things and I make them a lot nicer than when I bought them, and normally paint or do whatever it takes to get them, in the best condition I can get them. And then, so I dropped the price of this today to $4,900, $4,999. That's stupid. I could have sold that for $9,000 or $10,000. Years ago when I needed it, but I still need it. I don't want to sell it. It's the vehicle where I do all the hauling of all the material, of all the product onto this, all the water, but whatever. So, but anyways, thanks for, Dave is like, Dave, master of the 4-cylinder. There's not a better truck made than only better 4-cylinder motor in my eyes would be a 4BT. You hanging out with the dad still, buddy? Still hanging out with the dad? Huh? Did you got some stuff in your back? I know there's so much brush out here. We live in the desert, my desert kitty, huh? That's my desert kitten, boy. This is my Russian kitten. You're not too far from Russia where we're at, huh? People think Russia's all over. Look, you look like that gravel. You're all gray. So, anyways, thought I'd come in here and have the conversation with you about, let's see. Hell, I keep losing this chat, I think. Yeah. Anyway, so it's going to come back Monday, pick this up, pick the tractor up Monday. So they're a nice couple. They're going to be able to use it more than I have for now, and I'll just have to deal with it. I'll shovel whatever I need to by hand. This is the totem. So it's cool that other people understand what a Toyota motor is, but maybe the only other motor I would prefer would be a 4BT, a diesel. And what you doing, kid? You guys are good guys. Cows over here. We got Angus running around over here. What? What you got, guy? What are you doing? I love him. Yeah, I know. You're such a good boy. So we got UFOs and cows. UFOs and cows, boys. That's the rim of the edge of the Great Basin. Oh, look at that big monster. But anyways, I got to do that. My water thing fell down. I'm gonna go grab it, bring it over there, and maybe I'll go get it done later or something. We got about an hour daylight or two, maybe still here left. So. My little, be quiet, Mr. Pants. You're so boisterous. So it's my water fountain that I put up. Pants! Stop it now. Sound like a squeak box. There's the Rancho Pollo. That's where we want to have my ladies here. The hen house, and there. Do rabbits in there, and the hens, the chickens. I don't have any in there right now because obviously people in this channel. So I want to hang this back up. It came down off of this broke or whatever. So I'm gonna give it a minute. I'm gonna pick it up. Take it over here. Yeah, that motor in that freaking truck right there is an excellent 4-cylinder motor. That's a great 4-cylinder motor. Speaking of, I'm lucky to have that thing as a freaking workhorse. Yeah, that thing's hard to kill. Yeah, I'm lucky to have that. I thank the Father that. Well, I put a lot of work. I built a Harvest International Metromite. I was gonna turn it into a food truck, and I was building it and built it into a food truck. Really nice. Got it all the way up to where I was getting all the appliances to put the kitchen. I'm gonna string this up. I'm gonna put this right here on top of this pole, guys. I'm gonna put that up on top of that pole. Then I'll put the chain out of it on the top of the edge of this building. It's a fake building. It's a front. You know, I'm fronting. It's the movie set. Well, that thing's leaning a little bit. Boy, it ripped the wind out here. It was a good test for it. I mean, it was freaking ripping the other day. Nice. Okay, yeah. We'll have to. Oh boy. I guess it's just that whole end over there. It really, it got real windy. I'll push it back over and whatever. Probably have to do that when I do this over here. All right, we'll come out here and tinker with this. I haven't been doing anything like this on the property. So we'll put this over here. And that much there. And there. So trying to multitask here. Brothers and sisters, while I'm out here. I said I haven't been doing a lot of other, been very tied up doing these other big projects that I've got going. Mountainous projects. But oh, that's my water. That's my water coming out of my fountain. Is my chain. I'll have to push that. Let's go back and re-push this back up there. It's leaning a little bit. Oh yeah. I was watching that wind out here the other day. It was pretty good when we have that. We might get some solar flares tonight, guys. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get the truck on, get the truck and go push that over a little bit with the truck and nail it. All right, whatever. I don't care. Falls down, it falls down. I don't think it will. It's tied in. I got tied in anyway, so. And we'll look at the old UFO. Yeah, possibly. What are you doing, boy? What are you doing, boy? What are you doing, boy? Hold on, one of our solar lights fell off. Yeah, of the UFO. Here, let me see if I can find it. Where'd it go? Oh, there it is. Ain't gonna light up tonight, but. All right. We had to put the other light on the UFO there. The old lights came off of it, so. And all right, so back a little bit back to this conversation here about the topic here. They're drafting United States women here. It's the shower room. Take a shower under the stars at night if you want. You bring a light out there, take a shower under the stars. It's not quite light enough at a full moon, but that's a shower room. Put a cooler back in the day. First got out here. Used to stay over where the UFO's at in a tent, in a 10-man Arctic tent. A come a long way from. Sometimes I don't think I get anything done out here, and I'm really hard on myself. But what are you doing, kid, that boy? What are you doing? What are you doing, boy? So I'd take and put a cooler up here, and then it would there's a hole right in here, and then it would drain in there through a little hose into the colander, and that all has a. I dug out like 12 feet underneath there, put all big lava rock, so you could take like 10 showers, and you'd never be able to fill it up or anything like that. But he's put a cooler up there, and had little stairs up there, and fill that put that cooler up there, and it was all painted black. And at the end of the day, you could turn on and flip open that lever there, and it would release all that water down, and you'd have a big. That's a lot of water, cooler's worth a shower if you do it that way and don't have it all. And I reach up there and turn it off, and have plenty. But anyways, this is the only building on the property. Is the first building I ever built out here that doesn't have a name. A lot of people think it's a outhouse, but it's not. It was an old donkey barn. Good. Don't go fight no wars for these banksters. Good. Well, I don't care if they're woke. At least they're smart enough to not go fight bankers wars. Banksters. So, what time to your here was? Okay, we got time here. Roll the window up in this thing here. So. Yeah, I never really got to use the tractor that I never got to really use the tractor. I'll bring this thing inside. We're out here on the homestead, out here at Super Rock Ranch, hanging out here with the puppins and the kittens. There they are, the puppies. Oh, and the kittens. You can hear the kittens in the background. And these are these guys. This guy right here. These guys. Hey, I'm talking. Can you hold on a second? All right, but anyways, this lady right here and this guy right here never bit anybody or barked. Never once did they ever ask to be fed. They're some of the best pets out here at the. These are the puppies right here. Mr. Pants and Mr. Tago. They're just waiting for Dad, and this is Mr. Yes, your boy. You gonna get up in there, boy? What's inside there? What's Dad got in there? I don't know. A target and some kind of car part. I'm a weirdo. He's a weirdo. Okay, anyways, back to these. They've never bit anybody or barked anybody, so they don't really work very well as an alarm system, but have never once have they ever asked to be fed. And they've never once ate the grass, so I don't worry about them, doing something they shouldn't be doing. But anyways, these are been around for another silly little thing out here. Just again, hold on, I gotta bring this charger in. So look, some new rusty gold. Yeah, look at this, some more rusty gold here. That's what I call it, rusty gold. But anyways, let's go inside here and we'll bring this inside here. Oh, we put this up here today. This matches the old. I've had this headstone I bought that at an auction. No, they don't have any names. They're just they're quiet and silent, and the ones don't bite, and the other ones never been asked to been fed or watered. Hold on, we gotta open the gate here. We make everything. Look at my door handle here. Just make it all work. Why don't you? That goes around. Look at a double. Did I get something in my pinky there? Are you gonna die? Are you gonna die? Let Dad get through here, buddy. Can you get out of the way of the door? Thank you, Mr. Pants. All right, we're coming inside here. Coming up the doorway. All right. Little shot of table rock over here. Table rock. And the maiden's over here. Show you the maiden. Oh. This one lady over here. Hey, would you stop at that on live streaming? You sound like a squeak box. The maiden's laying on her back over there, if you can see her. Looking up at the sky. It's called the maiden. Wi-Fi. What's Wi-Fi? I don't have Wi-Fi. Turn your Wi-Fi off. I hope you don't have Wi-Fi. I'm not. Your food for Wi-Fi. No Wi-Fi. Here comes Mr. Panner Boy with the other puppins. He thinks he's a puppy. He thinks he's a puppy. There's a puppy. So, anyways, it's just because I'm moving around. I'm out here in the desert, man. I'm out in the middle of nowhere. See any neighbors? Not a soul in sight. The city's looking like a ghost town on a moonlit summer night. There we go. Got cattle over here. Hey, my fence is leaning. Oh, we're gonna have to put that little brace back on there, guys, that Dad had on there. It's my we got some cattle out here. Got some beef out there. That's some of the best beef you can ever eat. And this number one alfalfa on the planet's grown right here in this high desert. This is the edge of the rim of the Great Basin. Right out over here. All this is the edge of the Great Basin. These are all tuffs and fissures, like volcano fissures out there. All the way you can't see because there's fire over there is Newberry Crater. That one's actually one that goes boom. But I'm not near one of those. So anyways, little shot of the old Rancho Pollo, a little repurposed building for the ladies' hen house out here. Yep, I'm on the edge of the Great Basin here. So this is the backside. I don't never see the backside of the Rancho Pollo or the Rancho Pollo. So anyways, whoa, what are we doing here? You know, there's a shot of the Rusty Cowboy. We just came in through the front gate here. Universal Studios. Hey, come on now. I don't live on a movie set. This is reality for me. I don't want to live in this world, so I make my own reality. Hey, it's all repurposed material. Wish I had somebody to come rocking these rockers with me. Ain't got nobody to rock with me. Look at this. What a bummer. I got nobody to rock with me. These are the most beautiful, nice, old antique rockers and nobody to rock with me, man. What a bummer. My puppies go rock with me, huh? Yes, they will. Them's good guys. This is Rusty. This is the guy that, again, you have to take this up with Rusty. This is the guy who stole, he tries to take credit for my hat there. See? Anyways, Rusty, meet Predestined for Light following here. We have to take it up with this guy in this hat. I don't know who's had the hat longer, is this guy or... But anyways, he holds it down out here. Make sure that, yeah, right. Thanks, State of Oregon. Cop suckers. All right, anyways, moving on. Jimmy Crackcorn, the father's got this taken care of, right? So he's holding it down out here. He's got the hat. Just careful. He's a cop trying to cop my hat. I think this guy's trying to steal the show here. This is Rusty, and this is the Rusty Cowboy cabin. Dick Tracy, yeah. I hear you. They called me Dick Tracy growing up, but that's all right. I don't go by Tracy, remember? Freaking look at this good stuff here. My kitten out there patrolling. Tractor's not stolen. Cops out there being cop suckers patrolling, trying to extort your pocketbook. Cop suckers. Oh, why'd you get started on that? So, but anyways, look at that kitten out there. That good kitten boy being a good kitten boy. Just hanging out here out at the ranch, guys, doing this all just, like I said, just repurposed stuff, guys. That's what a man does when he wants to get away from society and just build like he's living back in the 1800s or something like that, and just, why don't you come rock with me, huh? Got nobody to rock with me. Father, why you beat me like this? That's right. All things after his counsel and his own pleasure. So, sun's going down. So, yeah, that's whatever. I love it. I don't want to be in this world right now. I don't like this world. This world's crazy. Super nuts, man. Oh, I got an owl up there on the hanging out there. So you never know what you'll see out here. I don't know what is this guy's thing is with putting things on poles. So anyway, I don't know what it is. So just like I said, I like to repurpose things, guys. Like, look, there's a windmill. I haven't got the rest of it put up, but one day when I get the time to do it, I'll finish putting it up, and then I'll be able to drive this whole thing out of here. We'll just take off. We'll go to Kansas. So I don't think we're in Kansas anymore, Toto. So I do have all the rest of the blades for that sitting out front. There's the doghouse. That's the doggone saloon there for the puppies. They got their own spot. The puppies got to go to their own house. They don't stay outside too often, but sometimes they do. So let's go back inside here, guys. I'm gonna see what time it is. That's not puppy time yet. So let's go relax in the cabin. I thought we'd go for a walkabout there. We'll let these puppies, they've been outside all day, and sun's going down. They can come in. So we're gonna go inside this is the front. It's actually a semi-tractor trailer disguised as a cabin. But if I need to lock it up, it does have security door, the whole front. This goes all the way. It matches the other side. What was that all about? Oh, was that you, kitten boy? It's not time yet, kitten boy. Not yet. All right, let's go inside here. We'll come inside the cabin. This is the kitchen area here. I made the back wall out of beams. These are all very large beams. I wanted pinstriping, a pinstripe wall. So look at how big this beam is. They're all beams. Actually, this whole wall is nothing but beams. And then it's this whole system that holds up my cast iron pots and pans in the back of the kitchen there. So I gotta pull those down and dust those off, man. Oh goodness. You gotta do it about once a month. Uh-oh. Dad set down his water. Oh, watch it. Get back, Tango. Where Dad set down his water? I think I set it down over there when I picked up that. We're going to go back outside for a minute, guys. I know where my water bottles are. I'll set it down over here on the bench. So. All right, we're back outside for a minute. Grab my water bottle. Berkey water. Oh, do you have a Berkey water filter? I have my Berkey for a long time. I want you to meet Berkey. This is Berkey. Yeah, Berkey water filter. Yes, Berkey. There's fluoride in the water. Not in this water. Oh man, you guys, I broke out some tri-tip the other day. I almost used all of it. Yeah, I'm in the high desert, so it cools off out here. But it hasn't been too bad. It's been pretty moderate out here. It's been colder, but I broke out some tri-tip from 2019. It was like 2018, 2019, the first part of 2019. And I made some tacos today, man. Oh, they were so good. And I made a burrito. I made some rice and beans and then made a burrito. Man, I'm glad I put up some of that long-term food storage. Yeah, I tri-tip. Here, let me show you this. Oh, watch it. That's biggie. I'm almost. I've used all of it up, but this is from January of 2019. Like, almost 2018, 2019, right there. But of course, it has an oxygen absorber in there. But this is something I made myself. I did this myself. And these are pieces of tri-tip. I had the other ones stripped. This is just pieces. Yeah. Oh, so all right, there we go. A little more. So this is tri-tip from 2018, and it is fabulous. I've almost eaten the whole. Tri-tip for the puppies. But I've almost eaten the whole bag because I made tacos and I made, but yeah, I was a little worried because, no, doggy, that tri-tip has a little bit of fat in it, but you see that fat, that little bit of fat, it's dry. There's no, and there's a lot more fat than these other pieces that I have, but. So when you rehydrate it, because I made tacos and I cut it up, oh man, they were fabulous. Cilantro, onions, street style tacos. Some salsa, some fiery jalapeno salsa. No, he's like, Dad, tri-tip. I know, huh? That's just about as meaty as it gets right there, huh? Oh boy. Oh, Dad's getting loving. So, but this was from 2019. So I gonna eventually, hopefully here soon, very soon, get this yeah, well, you and me both, David, we'll both know we died and went to heaven when we're eating Mexican food all day, every day. It's always to be. I'll know I'm in heaven when I'm eating burritos and tacos and tortas and, what else is there? I mean, that's good. I'm good with that. Some carne asada. I like, if I order plate Mexican food, I always get, I like, there's other, I like rancho, different style, but nah, I'm more of a taco truck kind of guy, taqueria style. Carnitas is when I used to eat pork, and I like it El Pastor when I ate pork, but I don't eat pork anymore. So pretty much just stick to the carne asada, and that's what I made was carne asada with that. And I just put a little bit of I make the best guacamole on the. My guacamole recipe is pretty simple, but people who have my guacamole, they say they don't like guacamole. They try mine, they're like, now that doesn't taste like avocados. I said, I know, well, kind of, but it doesn't. People make guacamole really weird. So, anyways, I get drinking my coffee here. But yeah, there's something about Mexican food. I don't know what it is. I love tostadas too, but burritos and tacos, tacos I can never say no to tacos. Sampler is better, less is more when it comes to Mexican. So I grew up, since I was born in the San Fernando Valley. So I grew up eating off taco trucks most of my, till I was pretty much an adult. That was a big part of staple, was going to the taco truck. And man, I love good torta with nice good torta bread and lots of aguacate and lechuga. And oh man, just something about that torta bread, this different. And man, a good torta will fill you up because it's pretty big. Tortas are pretty. Some of these places make some pretty big tortas. I used to grow up and loved getting a torta. My dad used to take us to a place called Daddy's Burrito. They had, I can't remember how many different burritos. They had something like 150 different kinds of burritos. Something crazy like that. We used to go to that. That's all we used to do, is go eat. For the 8 years I got to be with my dad, we did a lot of eating. We went to a lot of places, there's a million places to eat, from Mexico to the redwoods. We used to go all the way up, and eat at places up there as well. Eat Northern California and all the way back down. Go the Olive Pit, or go to Split Pea Anderson's. Anybody ever been to Split Pea Anderson's? Where they have split pea soup at the bottom. They've got I forget the two guys. They can't animated character guys, but the one guy's holding the pea and the other guy's got the big axe. You get ready to chop the pea and split the pea in half. They got the windmill out front. That's or if you ever go to the Olive Pit, there's another place that's going up out of. I think that's not too far from. That's more before you even get to Sacramento. But yeah, used to grow up and eat a lot of Hispanic food, brothers, sisters, tons. And I probably should try to one day, maybe, and I don't know, it's up to the Father to yoke me. I think I'd do well with the Hispanic woman. I think, I have more traditional values, and, in a sense, I think. And, but yeah, if she made me Mexican food every day of my life, I don't know. I always cook, so I wouldn't used to too many people. Even I've only dated two ladies in the last 15 years, and I think I only let them cook in the kitchen. Maybe they could have cooked if they wanted to, but I only let them cook maybe. Yes, they don't put tomatoes, lime. Cool. I liked all that others, but see, I don't put the lime or tomatoes or any of that. I do put tomatoes, but I do put tomatoes. I just make my own salsa and then put salsa. So I'm adding all those things that you're adding too, but I do it in the salsa instead of adding it separate. I don't know why I do it the way I do it. A little different. then I just like to make the salsa ahead of time with basically all those ingredients that you had, and then add it to the, instead of adding it separately. People are like, why do you do it that way? I don't know. It's just the way I do it. And I do like to add a little dash of Lowry's. I do lots of cumin and lots of chili powder too. But I know we're talking about Mexican food. Every time you talk about tacos, you want tacos. Like, man, I could just always eat tacos, man. Imagine being married to a Hispanic woman to make you freaking, oh my gosh. Imagine that. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, I love the cumin, man. Freaking, oh man. Something about cumin. It's just I make when I make taco seasoning, I don't put taco seasoning. I make my own, onion powder and cumin, garlic powder, and a little bit of garlic salt. I don't use a lot of garlic, but I like to add a little bit of Lowry's garlic salt when I make a taco seasoning. And I will throw a dash of Lowry's in there sometimes too. It just depends on which style I'm making it. A little bit of Lowry seasoning salt. I don't use too much of that. I used to use more of it when I was younger, but I don't use it too often anymore. But I do like to use that Lowry seasoning salt in some of my Hispanic dishes. It just has its own, I don't know what it is, but I do remember putting Lowry's seasoning salt on a Bob's Big Boy burger. And that was off the chain. And I remember that. They still have Bob's in some places. I think it's Frisch's back east. I'll be putting me a little bit of that seasoning salt on that burger. It's the only one I put it on. But for some reason, a Bob's burger is pretty darn good with some seasoning salt. And then, of course, I use Himalayan pink salt. I try not to use too much of the other. There's 1,000,001 seasonings. I got a bunch of different kinds of salt in them, but I just stick to the Himalayan pink salt. That's pretty much what I use. Oh, you know what my secret is that I know people ought to eat? I'll give it up. I don't care, because people always ask me. And I was just like, man, I've never had a steak taste like the way you make it, I make a steak. Yeah, no, I don't do iodized. I don't do the Himalayan pink salt. All I put on a steak, and people always ask me, what in the heck? Why does this steak taste like? I've never had this in a restaurant. I never had a steak taste like this. That's the way a steak should taste like. And it's not, I'm serious, but it's not that hard. The only thing that I don't know why people didn't catch on to this, and it's not even rocket scientists, because I use Lowry's garlic salt. I use pepper. Lowry's garlic salt, pepper, Lowry's garlic salt, pepper, and beef bouillon. That's it. And people are like, no way, man. Like, well, it's got to be the right amount of each one of them. But that's what make your steak taste like frickin', you just try it one time. You'd be like, whoa. It just, I don't know. I don't remember when I found that recipe when I was pretty young. It's just something I can't, and every once in a while, if I want to just change that recipe, and this is crazy as it sounds, it just depends on the cut of meat. I don't like that on a chuck eye, but like if I'm doing a sirloin, I'll throw a little bit of, a little bit of that chicken bouillon and mix it with the beef bouillon, and it just adds a little bit extra or something that your tongue can't quite. It like goes around your tongue. Beef bouillon's very on the back of your tongue. Yeah, I don't marinate any steaks. I don't do it, and I just do them. Yeah, dry rub them, throw them right on the grill. Right on the grill. And yeah, I mean, you can put them in there and let them sit in there for a little bit. But normally, I like to. I cook on high heat. I sear everything top and bottom as hot as I can cook it on a barbecue, because I'm used to doing. I don't know, like cook like Hispanic food. You cook. Well, I cook carne asada, people are like, whoa, watch out, dude, the grill's on fire. I'm like, yep, that's how I get the grill going. When I make carne asada, that thing is just a wall of fire, and I'm just rolling around the carne asada in that wall of fire. But that's what gives it that nice, you know, I can't give my secret out for, I put the same thing on my carne asada, but I add something else to it that people can't figure out like what it is. And I got it from one of the best Mexican restaurants. Gosh, I went there for 20 years before they finally told me what they put on there. And they brought me to the back and showed me, and I'm like, no way, no way, no way. And he's like, yep. I'm like, nope. And he's like, yep. So I can't tell you, but man, when I make carne asada, people can't figure out what it is. And sometimes it's like just adding that. The only steak I do like to marinate is skirt steaks. And I haven't had a skirt. I haven't made skirt steaks in probably since I was with my since I was with my son. I used to make him skirt steaks. He likes skirt steaks, and I'll marinate a skirt steak for 2 or 3 days. You know, let it sit in that. I make my own teriyaki sauce out of soy sauce, water, garlic, salt, and brown sugar, a little bit of onion powder. That's my teriyaki sauce. And it just depends on how thick or how thin you want it. Do you put more sugar, or you can add a little bit of cornstarch, but I wouldn't do that. You don't need to. Normally the sugar will take care of it just with heat. It'll caramelize it. You just need to yeah, sure, pups. Yep. 2-3 days, and they'll marinate right out. I like them because they turn out to kind of like a corned beef. You know, they'll pull apart. If you know, like a corned beef, if you know how to. Yep, absolutely. But when done right, if you marinate them for 2 or 3 days, and that onion will get in there and release that a little bit, it'll separate like a brisket. Oh, yeah, I don't know. I grew up. There's 2 kinds of people in this world, brothers and sisters. You got most people, they eat 3 meals a day to stay alive. But then you got people here who are just here to eat. They just live to eat. So I happen to be one of those. Unfortunately, I do have that in family with common with my blood. That, you know, they own restaurants and everything is about food. It's always been about food growing up. It's just grew up and was malnourished when we were young and had some issues and things like that. And so once my dad got a hold of us, it was just nothing but like food for. People used to go hang out with my younger brother. Like, I can't go hang out with your brother, man, because he'll go eat at like 3 or 4 places in a row. We'll go to 4 places. We'll just go from one place to eat. Then we'll drive over somewhere, like get some ice cream, and like go somewhere else and eat. You know, I'm like, all right, you know, where else are we going? Well, we're going to go over here and eat, you know, over this. Like, we eat 4 times a day. And Wendy's like, I can't hang out with your brother, man. All he does is eat. Yeah, I know he's like that, you know. Like I said, my family, you know, restaurants and food carts and all that. And I've managed a 5-star restaurant. I've been a line cook. It's just food is, you got to have good food, guys. You know, food is important. So, nutrition's really important. So you got to have good food. If your life sucks, man, if your life is just garbage, because sometimes my life gets really, it sucks. It's hard. It's not what I want it to be. But at least if I can have something that I want in my life, it could be something that I can choose to eat, right? I can't get what I want out of life, but at least maybe I can get a good meal and prepare a good meal. So nothing like having good food, guys. You know, thank you, Father, because there's people who don't eat hardly anything. But I do thank the Father. Yeah, nobody does that anymore. Nobody fasts and does that. You know, everybody's sugar-fied and it's hard. Yeah, I do. Like I said, I go periods of time where food just kind of turns me off. You know, I go to a pretty much honestly, all I'll eat when I get into that weird mindset is probably, I know this sounds crazy, all I'll eat is beans and cheese for some reason, and tortillas. I'll still eat tacos because I can always eat tacos, but I just generally crave, beans. That's it, because it's mild. It doesn't, I'm not hungry. I don't want to eat. I go periods of my life for months and months at a time, 6 months, where I'm just, food isn't very, I used to have some stomach issues, and I got them cleared up by just checking my diet. Cutting a lot of the sugar out of my diet is what was killing me. So now that I don't sugar like that, I don't have any issues with diet. I don't get heartburn. I don't drink soda, but I don't eat a lot of things that, yeah, I'll skip breakfast sometimes. Definitely skip lunch and can make it to dinner and don't really get all weird, because I don't want my stomach to get all weird. I don't want to get all diabetic or get my blood sugar get all whacked and all weird and whacked because I miss a meal. It's like I make my dogs miss a meal from time to time. I don't really ever make them miss 2 meals, but yeah, no, not very often. I don't think they ever, but I'll make them miss a meal, so that way their stomach don't do all that weird. I know if I don't feed these dogs, or if I feed them on a regular basis, not enough, man. I don't eat enough steak. I really wish I could. Yeah, no, that's what it takes, about to reset the system, few days and you're over it. It's not that big I mean, if you've done it before. Now, Tim, if you've never done that before, remember, if you never put your body under that, your body's going to have a hard time doing that. But if you do it there's a reason why that God wants us to fast. Think about it. So you don't become such a freaking pain in the butt, But I wish I ate steak more often. I grew up eating a lot of, everything, but I don't, I just can't afford it anymore. It's so expensive for a piece of steak, Red meat hamburgers even expensive. So that's all I pretty much eat is red meat. I don't eat pork, and I'm done eating chicken. I won't eat chicken anymore unless I raise it. I'm just done eating. I just don't want it. It doesn't taste right to me. So I'm not eating chicken anymore. And I don't eat seafood, so I just eat beef, red meat, and I crave beans a lot, because I eat a lot of beans because I need the extra protein. So I'm getting ready to go start eating fish again, hopefully, and it's by going into the lakes and rivers that are not, around me. I can find lots of bodies of water where there's native fish that don't catch on planter fish, and I'm gonna eat fish again, because I grew up eating all that, everything. I ate everything, I just curbed my diet, though. I just don't eat. It has nothing to do with any covenant, or there's nothing on this earth right now that you can stick in your body. I don't see race, Brett. I don't know what to talk about Indian people. I mean, God created one race, the human race, man and woman. So I don't see race. I was born where there's everybody, all people, all ethnicities, all cultures, all shoved into one spot. So, and then join the military at 17. You think somebody, if I care if somebody's Indian behind me and that's gonna keep me from getting my head shot off? So no, I don't see color. I don't see race. But anyways, moving on. Yep. Just water. Make sure when you fast, don't water fast, please. Ever. Do not water fast, ever. Don't fast your body for water. That's not ever a thing. Well, Indian people act differently. So what's your opinion on that? No, Indian people don't act differently. You act differently. I rebuke you. You're putting them all in one thing. You're an idiot. You're a racist. Stop being racist. You'll be banned from this chat. Don't be racist. Indian don't act differently. You know who acts differently is all these entitlement whitey in America sitting here on food stamps, worried about Mexicans coming across the border when they're Venezuelans. Freaking idiots, man. Yeah, always don't ever water fast. Always, you can fast whatever you want for food, and consult your doctor to protect, whatever, before you make any changes in your diet or any kind of medication. But yeah, don't lack your body of water. Remember, even when Christ went 40 days while being tempted, remember, in the wilderness by the devil, he didn't fast, he didn't water fast, he didn't need anything, but he still drank water. So definitely do not cut your water intake back. And if you're not intaking water now, I don't hear I drink this with water in it, and I drink Kool-Aid, and drink water. Get a water filter and filter your water. It's $10 for a life straw. Okay, you can stick that in a glass and use that as your straw, and now you got filtered water. And drink water. I'm a veteran. Drink water. Keep your body hydrated. It's very important that you stay hydrated. You don't necessarily need the nutrients like your body thinks it does. You should let your body break down those things and start breaking down the toxins, but people don't even give their body enough time to break down the toxins. Think about, I don't even see how people stay alive this day and age, as much as our diet is wrecked with this box, bag, and canned food. Sugar this, sugar that, starch this, pasta this, ding dong, ho ho, zinger, breads, bakes. It's just sugar, carbs and sugars, and Red Bulls and Frappuccinos and Doritos, Cheetos. Whoa, how are people even walking around? Yeah, you got to be careful with brothers, sisters, moderate with things when you try to do something, like fasting or something. Don't just start out and try to fast for a week. You got to start out and try for a day. It's like, you don't want to overdo it, because you'll put your body into shock. So, but you can get to where it's not even an issue. Like, I don't know who said it earlier, after about 3 days, your body just kind of, it regulates itself, and you just get used to it, and it's nothing that your body, it will turn off. And if you do it naturally, it won't sit there and try to eat itself like it normally. What's your opinion on Brett? Where are you from? What's your opinion on America as a society who is now elected to draft women? A bunch of nation that's supposed to be the most with the most rights just stands on the X. A bunch of silent, weak men didn't do nothing during the COVID. Just stood down. What's your opinions on un-Americans, divided America? You live in America. You live in the country of America. What's your opinion on these weak Americans? They sit around and don't do nothing. We're all very different. I think there's good people all over, and every nationality has issues. There's a bad apple in every one of us. We all have our issues. Probably the most disgusting people on the planet, though, are dirty old white men right now. The Rockefellers, the Rothschilds, the Soroses, yes. Yes, the Trumps, all the dirty old white men are probably the most disgusting, filthy, the most sickening thing on this earth right now are dirty old white men. But they were never called white. They're Caucasian, whatever. Not all of them are. See, that's what I'm saying. We're all one race. We're all the human race. I think people from all over, I think people from Thailand are neat people. I've known people from Thailand. I love Thai food. One of my favorite foods is Thai. I like Pad See Ew, Pad Thai, Becky Mao. I love the Asian culture. Very unique people. Sinoma was born as man. Yeah, well, there's no women. Yeah, we don't bend or find here, Tim. God made one race, the human race, man and woman. Anything else is an apostasy and an abomination. It's an abomination, it says in the word of God, for a man to put on woman's clothing. It's abomination for a woman to put on man's clothing. It's abomination for a man to lie with another man. It's abomination for a woman to lie with another woman. So Homie, don't play that. We don't do that in here. And we don't do races. We do one race. We're all different cultures. We have different ethnicities and we're all you can just travel around the United States. I've been to all 50 states in this here, united, divided, whatever they are. There's no two united. And we're very diverse people. You know what I'm saying? We're very diverse people you're not going to tell me people are from New York like people from Idaho, and people are from Idaho are like people from Texas, and people from Texas are like people from California. No, they're not. There's no two states that are close to each other, to be honest with you. We're very different people right here within this, this rock, this Northern America here. But if I had to pick one culture that I think that I more relate to than any other culture, it would be the Hispanic culture, because they tend to be more family oriented. They like to cook. They like to, take care of each other. They like to party a little bit and have a good time and, relax. And like I said, you put 10 whitey Americans in an apartment, 2-bedroom apartment building, and they'll shred that thing. There'll be holes in the wall. There'll be Mexican Americans coming in or dealing all that nonsense, half of them on Adderall, half of them on, go down to the dispensary and don't even smoke real cannabis, stuck to a video game. Most of them will all be on food stamps, and they won't do nothing but sit around and bitch about everybody else and all these Mexicans. And then these 10 Mexicans that live next door, they all drive nice cars. They all sit in that house and they don't fight over each other. They don't sit there. They make it work, Yeah, Mexican Americans is what they are. They make it work. They drive nice cars. They wear a little too much cologne, but that's just for me. They try to smell nice, and they send back money to Mima and Papa, and they all have jobs, and they all pay tax. They don't pay with food stamps for nothing. None of them have a food stamp card, and they make it work, and their apartment's just as nice as it is when they moved out. And you, whitey American, you've trashed the place, and you sit there and gripe about everything. This freaking society is so funny. Americans are so freaking lame. Americans are so lame. Fighting over red and blue. These people put a red flag on their thing. I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican, and now they won't even talk to each other anymore. They didn't even care when I grew up if somebody was red or blue. They didn't even put the flag out on the lawn. They didn't. You could disagree, agree to disagree, and you didn't talk about the things you didn't agree with. And you left that alone. Maybe you'd agree with 90, 95%. But then the kids didn't have to suffer. The kids be jumping in the pool. Little Johnny did his first backflip. Later on that night, he got his first kiss from Jenny. Memories made for a lifetime. And you took that away from him, you lame Americans. You people suck who follow these politicians. I rebuke you. If you vote in this next selection, I rebuke you. You're the swine. You are the swine of this earth right now, voting for these. You see how these people have acted just right here in the un-America now. This ain't no America. Look how these people, look at how the law enforcement is acting right now. Talk about a bunch of jackboot thug, rogue, officials. Just as bad as the government is these, rogue law enforcements, how they've treated these American people. People that are stuck, can't even get out, and they're not even letting people fly in helicopters, putting NOTAMs out that can't fly anything but military. And what a sham. What a sham this government is. What a sham the law enforcement is in this country too. The men are just, like I said, ladies, I apologize for the men of America. They really have showed their face. They didn't stand up and do anything during the COVID. And what really sucks is now they've made it where they can draft you ladies to war, just like they did in Ukraine. And don't think they can't kill all you ladies. They just unalived a whole generation of Ukrainian women in the meat grinder over there. There's the average fighting in Ukraine is like 41, 2 or something. It's gone. They're gone. They either left the country because they're, didn't want to go be killed, or they've already been thrown into the meat grinder. That happened in 2 years. So don't think, ladies, that can't happen to you in America if you're listening. Yep. If you're a fighting age anywhere in that, don't think they already passed the law where you could be drafted. Don't even go there. It's too late. I already tried to warn you the first time. Then they backed off and they brought it back again. So they can draft, women of America and put them in the meat grinder. I've joined the volunteer military. is a veteran, and I served with the first female sniper. I was a military police. We do rear security and front, scout. Go out with the cab scouts, do front, recon, do full from first one into battle, last one to leave, or the military police. So I'm very familiar with how war works. So unfortunately, that's not something to brag about, but the way that's going on right now, how this country is like, they have all these people at the National Guard down at the border, but they've got 50 million people over the last 15, 20 years come in this country. And even if it's a fraction of them are nefarious, we got a huge problem. But nope, they're all down there at the border. That makes all the states vulnerable. Nobody cares here in America. Like, oh, everything's awesome, Team America. I can't wait till I get out of this body, and I'll try to make the best that I can of it while I'm here. But, maybe I will leave the country someday and look outside this country and know, see, they're the bad guy. America's the only good guy in America. That's the only place that America is the good guy, is in America. You only have to talk to somebody that's outside the walls of America, where they're not even afraid of us anymore, which is awesome. I'm so glad that, we've just gone around and stomped the piss out of everybody for the last 50 years as the money changers in Scripture. We have forced everybody to pay. In 1973, Henry Kissinger went and brokered what was called the Bretton Woods Agreement. And instead of the dollar being backed with gold, because Richard Nixon suspended the convertibility of the dollar in 1971, all oil is repriced in the U.S. dollar, whether you like it or not. You're going to pay for all of it with you. Yep. You have to convert your money into our money, the money changers. Pretty hard to be a witness to this nation, but there's still good people here, just like there's good people in Thailand, there's good people in Israel, there's good people in Czechoslovakia, there's good people in Russia, there's good people in Iran, there's good people in Yemen, there's good people in Lebanon, there's good people all over the world. But there's, I think there's very few people who are understanding what God is saying by "let vengeance be mine," saith the Lord, and they're forgetting that we all got to be here together. You know what I'm saying? We are the human race, and so since whatever, we forced everybody to pay for this oil with the U.S. dollar, and so people aren't afraid of us anymore. And if you go outside these walls called America, that the people are now not afraid to say, "Yep, America's the bad guy." So try dropping an atomic, on somebody 2 times, and that'll keep them at bay for, I don't know, about 80 years or something, long enough for the reserve currency to last, something like that, right? Or, well, something like, yeah, I don't know, man. But it's good to see other nations, fleeing this dollar and getting away from this beast system. It's kind of crazy how we can go, and Christ turned over the money chamber. The people were selling the doves, and they were converting the money into the old money and charging them a tremendous fee. And Christ was pissed, and he went and fasted the corning off the curtains and whipped them. The dove people selling the doves and the money changers. He turned over the money changers' tables, and he got physical, over that. So I don't think that I don't think they understand what we've just done for the last 50 years, this nation, and I have to pay for that. I'm a veteran, so I'm sure I'll have hell to pay, huh? If that's what goes on, God chooses. But who am I? I can't condemn myself. Can't do that. Got to endure the end. Got to let him make that decision. I can only judge myself with righteous judgment. I can only love myself. Like thy love thy neighbor, like thy love thy enemy. I can't change it up. I have to make it exactly the way he chose. So, brothers, sisters, this is a very important time. I hope we're paying attention to what we got going on. A lot of people in this country that don't like us, but there's a lot of people here don't want anything, don't want to hurt anybody. They just want a better life, and they came here to get away from chaos. And a lot of them missed a meal to get here, or 2 or 3 or days or weeks to get here. So, they're a lot more hardened than most of the American people that are here. Maybe that's why they're giving these people $1,800 a month for a single bedroom apartment in Maine, or $2,300 a month for a 2-bedroom, and then a reduced rent for after 2 years to a third. And then you, American citizen, has to have first, last, credit check, security deposit, pet rent. You got $10,000 tied up to getting into a place like this, and these people are just walking in there right now, just so you know, and they're building the building. So you might want to pay attention to this government and how they're treating the U.S. citizens in this country. They don't care about the U.S. citizens anymore. They've proved that with this federal emergency agency management. Little word salad for you, tossing it around, but they've proved themselves. They proved themselves during Hurricane Katrina, brothers and sisters, and they're just doing it again right now. So I don't like anybody anymore who likes this government, and I'll tell anybody to their face that supports Donald McScrooge or Kamalia, whatever, any of this. I rebuke you. You're part of the problem, and you keep this continuing. So the constellations are shown Saturn being still with the bowl and poured out upon it. And on October 9th, the horsemen are shown, So, well, tonight you might be able to see auroras tonight, brothers and sisters. Remember, we had that X.9 flare and that X.7. So you might want to take some time to go outside tonight. I don't know if we're having any geomagnetic storms at this point, but that proton is hitting Earth right now. Please, this government doesn't care. If they cared, they'd be telling you about what I'm telling you about this magnetosphere, and they'd be preparing you and getting you ready for the Honga Tonga hailstones that are going to come down from the Honga Tonga eruption. That's why you see all this flooding right now on this Earth. Right now is caused from Honga Tonga, the eruption that went off on February 15, 2022. There is explanation for what is going on here. It is the weakened magnetosphere from the last 3 solar cycles, and they pumped, whether they did it, nature did it, a submarine volcano went off in 2022 on February 15th, releasing 146 gigarams into the upper atmosphere, which instantly froze. And now it's just starting to wring itself back out. Just now. It takes time. So that's why you're just starting to see the tip of the spear, okay, of what is to come. So he promised he would never flood this Earth completely. He would use fire this time, above and below. So not just from above, but from above and below, just like last time. He will come like a thief in the night, the promise of the rainbow. Yep, I've seen enough, Lot. Get your wife, get out of town. I'll bring the fire. Remember that? As a messenger, visited. Well, it's going to come back with the key this time and open up, and then going to burn this place after judgments with fire. And there'll be a new heaven and a new earth, brothers and sisters. So please stand against this law, this perverted law, this twisted law, because that's what he did. He stood against the perverted law, and he told you to conform to his image. Yep, follow after me. Endure to the end to be saved. So you have to do what he tells you. If you're going to be a disciple, who shall ever come after me, let them deny themselves, take up your cross daily, and follow after me. So you got to do what he did. And he stood up against this perverted law. I hope you're standing up against this twisted system that's going on right now. It's an orgy. Oh, yeah. I'm trying, man. I'm almost, like I said, I'm running out of time, guys. It's getting so freaking, close to winter time. And it's already winter time. I can't believe I ran myself out of time, but whatever. I don't care anymore. I don't care. I just don't care. I just want to go on the road, teach the gospel. I don't care about any of this property anymore. I don't care about any of this. I tried so hard for so long. It burnt me on it. So all I can do is just donate it to the ministry now, and all it will happen. Everything I've seen it. I see it very clearly now. Once this land is donated to the ministry, everything that I've ever hoped for this land will happen, and the ministry will provide for the people and the It will. It will. I know it will. Um, that's what I'm saying. I could send you money in a second, through the tithes, through the ministry. I think that this place will bring. I'm not trying to say that, but I will go work for the ministry. I think this ministry will bring in $15,000 to $20,000 a month. Is what I think I can average for the ministry. But I will be using it to reset up all the housing, get everything, get septic in, get power run out here, set up a building to run a freeze dryer, set up a studio to produce content, put the underground garden in, all these things, and it's going to happen. I can do that with the ministry. It's like that tractor today. I didn't want to sell it, guys. I did not want to sell that tractor today. I'm going to have a tough time getting another 860 tractor. And if you've seen it on the live stream, I worked my butt off on that. Nobody will take over the ministry for Brother Jim. He already has left his legacy. Extract, thanks for asking. He has he has his own CDs. Remember, Brother Mike and everybody there. I don't know what's going on with what's going on in Henderson Monroe right now. A lot of that place is underwater, but they'll continue to put out the CDs. And brothers, he already cemented his legacy. Nobody can take Brother Jim's teaching. Oh no, man! I didn't know my phone was uncharged. Oh, guys, I better get off this here. I was sitting here spacing off, so my back is a little. All right, guys. All right, guys. Looks like I'm having some issue with the phone out here in the desert. So come back and see me again for the end of the night. I might pop up here again. So if I don't, I'll see you guys again soon. Much love and Agape and Phileo. And links are in the description. Thanks for your time, guys. I need to let my phone charge up. I didn't even realize we walk around and even plug my phone in. So charge my phone up here for a little bit, and it's part of it. Like I said, we had a solar flare. We had an X9.1. That's the largest solar flare of solar cycle 25, guys. So the sun is active. You know what I'm saying? And be ready for the grid to go down. Do you have enough gas to get away from where you need to go, to get away from chaos right now? You know what I'm saying? Do you have a way to get to a place to go? My heart's broken, guys. It's 19 days from this event where I think, a lot of, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens in 19 days, but it's hard to believe that not one person is here with me. I blew this horn so loud and so long, but God puts people where he wants them to be. Don't live in fear. I'm not in, you want to escape the judgments anywhere, but knowing what's to come here in 19 days for this celestial pinch, I don't know. I guess it's just what the Father wants for me. But I'm glad that I have this ministry, and I'm glad that I have you guys here, and I can come in here and I don't have to talk to the dogs all the time. As you can see, they're very talkative because I talk to them a lot. So I appreciate your time, and I appreciate, I hope you had a hearing ear tonight, and I'll hope to come back in for the end of the night. Let this thing charge up. I think it was down to like 10% or something. So always Agape, Phileo. Again, links are in the description if you want to support the channel. I'll see you on the next live stream. I am Revelation. We are in that last book. How awesome it is to be in the last book of Scripture. I am Apocalypse. Welcome to the new age. Whoa.